fight.
God damn it, man. You say you fucking hate Naruto. What are you fucking doing, man?
When you get older and you realize that things can burn you, TV shows can burn you, forever burn you, and give you a sour taste in your mouth, then you start looking at it differently and critically and being pissed some the fuck time, alright? So Naruto is one of those fucking shows for me. There are anime that impact society that are a huge fucking big deal. That even if they're shit and have shit characters, what they have done for anime and all this other stuff kind of outpaces that. What Dragon Ball Z did for MMA fighters, what they've done for anybody who's into not only martial arts but wants to create more anime like it. Those are things that you kind of have to give them leniency on sometimes, on the impact of art. But does it mean you can't be critical of that art? No. You can be fucking critical of Dragon Ball Z and it's fucking shit writing sometimes. It does not write female characters very well. Dragon Ball Z doesn't. Dragon Ball, it's in the middle because it's comedy. It's meant to be funny. Dragon Ball Z is supposed to be the super serious, oh my god, I'm an adult.
I got it. I know how the world works.
Too much about Dragon Ball Z, right? The point is Naruto. Because of Dragon Ball Z, it inspired Naruto, right? So the guy goes ahead and makes fucking Naruto. Great, cool, fine. I watch it religiously like everybody else did on fucking Toonami. I wanted to catch up, so instead of reading the manga, which is obviously way ahead story-wise than the rest of the show is, I decided to do what everybody did in the early 2000s. You watch the subs. You go ahead, you watch the subs. They come out the day after the Japanese ones, or the same day, depending on who's fan subbing it. Even though fan subbing is super illegal and shouldn't do it. By this time, I feel like the general anime public, even if you had to be super into anime to understand what a filler is, which are episodes that don't mean anything to the overall plot and can be completely skipped and has no impact whatsoever. And that's kind of the story of Naruto. This anime has no impact within itself, but impact outside of itself. So, I can't discredit the legacy of Naruto, especially with all these Facebook and YouTube comedians constantly using, and Instagram comedians, using the Shadowcone sound when they make a joke. Or when, the joke of the high school nerds now, instead of being like, ha ha ha, it's the fucking running with your fucking hands behind your fucking head. I watched from the beginning to episode 220 of the original series, not knowing that after episode, I'd say 70 to 80, like when Sasuke and Naruto had their last fight, from there on out, it was pure filler. None of it matters in the long term. People will argue, oh, it's character development. You should have done that in the show canonically, not filler shit. So you waste my time. You waste over 100, almost 200 episodes of people's time, and then you're like, you know what, we're gonna come out with Shippuden. Mind you, and if you haven't given up on the show altogether and went straight to the manga, this is bullshit. Because then now you're telling you, oh, this is canon. Look, it's bullshit. It's a lot of like, I have a stick with a carrot on it and you're gonna run for me. So, where are we today? Finally, I decided to give up on the anime altogether, read the manga, catch up, and finish the manga when it finishes. The show weakest points are surrounding Naruto and his family. Those are its weakest points. The strongest points are the stories of Sasuke, of Itachi, and of Kakashi, surprisingly people who have to do with the Sharingan, as well as other characters who should have been the main villain, like Pain, like this version of Pain, not that version of Pain. Basically, the anti-heroes to the evils are the most interesting part of Naruto. All the good guys, the nicer side of the anime have all been shit. It's all garbage. Now we're up to the point where they said, hey, how can we get more money out of people? How can we get them to like more of our shit? Let's continue the story, but with their kids. Now, if you think that I'm upset at the fact that they already burned me for the 220 episodes, before I watched the first episode, which this is the review of, by the way, if you didn't fucking catch that. Alright, so boom, we watched. Great, fantastic. It's very clear in Boruto what they're trying to do is replicate what they had in the Chunin exams in the first one. They're taking the academy, the Ninja Academy, as a serious thing that he has to go through, like the kid has to go through in order to be an official ninja. And a lot of the side characters and pretty much a lot of the people in that world consider the Ninja Academy to be old-fashioned, that is no longer relevant in their super modern world now that it has. The village now has a train going around it and it's very modernized. They now have CRT TVs, which I didn't even think about them having like old school box TVs. I thought, technology wasn't a very familiar thing in Naruto. So now seeing now they have TV several years later and they have trains it puts it into perspective, technology wise, how far they have advanced. So they take the Ninja Academy more serious, hopefully, because I've only seen the first episode. But immediately it suffers from a thing. Like from the beginning, as soon as the episode starts, it flash forwards to Boruto fighting some other guy named Kawami, I think his name is. And it's several years later, they pan back after, during the fight, and they show that the entire village is fucking destroyed. Boruto's wearing his father's headband. No, he's wearing Sasuke's headband with the cut across it, but he has an extra cut, which cut through his eye. There's a lot of small details there. Let's be honest, it's gonna be 4 years from now where they're probably gonna fucking live up to this hype. The first episode of Boruto shows that not only Boruto doesn't care about his father's legacy now that Naruto's the 7th Hokage, but he also is pretty upset at the fact that Naruto has become a very shit dad. It's very clear that when Boruto is laying down and contemplating about his first day at the Ninja Academy, when he turns around saying that it's so uncool, there's a bunch of pictures behind him of when they were having a good time. So at some point, Naruto decided that prioritize that being Hokage is more important than spending time with his family, because now he's married to Hinata and they have 2 kids together. You already know. Come on, let's be honest. You and me. Come here closer. Come closer. Come closer. You already know that they're gonna say some shit about the fact that he spends less time with his family on purpose, because he's trying to serve a different purpose than being a Hokage. That he's fighting back some super evil that's always existed and blah 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 that they technically beaten in the other show. The one thing I can tell you is that you could see where not only Boruto's mind is headed, he really cares about his family. He wants his dad to spend time with his family, and that's what he cares about the most, his family. And he's able to make friends. The very huge difference here is that Naruto, when he was his age, didn't have any friends, didn't have anybody, was super lonely. And the parallel to that is that not only is Boruto have friends like the son of Shikamaru, or this new kid named Denki, who's the heir to the railroad enterprise, but he's gonna make friends quick. He already has friends and he has a family, as opposed to Naruto, who had nobody. But there is a sense of you can still be lonely with those people around. But if they play into that, then that's great. I doubt it. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be more of the fact that it's about family and he doesn't feel lonely. He just wants to do his own thing and see that his father's legacy is a separate thing and all this other shit. It's like fighting against your dad. This anime is gonna take forever. So stick with me. I realize this is a longer episode than I wanted it to be of my new anime review show where I talk about anime. What I want you guys to do here is stick with me as we review every episode all the way until at least the end of the first arc, the first major story arc. And by then, we can judge, we together can have a discussion about it. But as you might not know, I feel that after 4 episodes of any anime, you can kind of really tell where the anime is going. So we'll just leave it at that.
It's pretty good.